What is going on, fellas? Welcome back to the channel. It is me, Foggy Plays. Today we're looking at the league table for the 2020-21 season. Who we think is going to get relegated, who we think is going to finish top, and who's going to have bang average season, finish mid-table. So 20th place is going to be Fulham. I'm sorry, Fulham fans, but it is not going to be a great season for you. Again, you're going to get relegated. You're going to finish bottom. I think it could be a case that Fulham are cut adrift fairly quickly and they might finish really far away from the safety zone. I think trying to get 17th place for Fulham this year, impossible. I don't think they're going to do it. They've not done an awful lot transfer-wise, unless I've missed something extraordinary happening. They're going straight back down as the team in 20th. So 19th place, who's going to finish just above Fulham? Who is going to be the team that won't finish rock bottom, but will still, not do very well? West Brom. Unless West Brom can find an actual striker, they're going straight back down, and it'll be yet more championship football for West Brom. I'm sorry, but it's just how it's going to be. You're literally going to spend the rest of this. You're going to spend this season just getting slapped about the place and occasionally getting a draw, the odd win here or there. Maybe beat Man United twice, because that's what Man United seem to do very well. But definitely will not be surviving. So, apologies West Brom, but ye are finishing 19th. So 18th place. This is actually probably the hardest of the relegation battling teams for me to choose. It's between two teams that wear claret and blue. And I have decided that this year it's Aston Villa who are going to go down. It's close, but I don't think... they just about scraped survival last season. They're not going to do it again. Aston Villa are going to finish 18th place. They're going to get relegated, and Jack Grealish can go back to being a nobody who plays championship football and will never get called up by the England squad, and he will forever regret not taking the chance of being called up to play for Ireland, where he would have probably been the best midfielder since Roy Keane. So, Aston Villa, for that, you're going to get relegated, and I'm not sorry. Hashtag sorry, not sorry. So, as you will have probably guessed by the fact that I said there was two teams that played in claret and blue that I thought were going to duke it out over the relegation zone, West Ham are going to be the team that will just about scrape survival. I think it's going to go down to the final day of the season. West Ham and Aston Villa will have to fight out to survive, and I think West Ham will just about scrape it, because Declan Rice is better than Jack Grealish. Pains me to say it, but Declan Rice, the latest of the Irish players to decide he's no longer Irish, he's going to survive. I don't think West Ham have an awful lot to offer this season. I think that there's just three teams who are worse than them, so we shall see what happens. But I think, as I said, West Ham 17th place, that's probably the best they can hope for, unless Sebastian Haller turns into an absolute worldly of a striker this year. It's not going to happen. So West Ham 17th, you're lucky. So 16th place next, and I think Crystal Palace will relatively comfortably survive. I think they'll have a game or two to spare. But if Wilfried Zaha leaves, there's a good chance they just drop straight to 20th, because they have literally no one else in their team who can play football apart from Wilfried Zaha. And even him, it's questionable. But I think if they keep the team the way it is, and maybe add a couple of not even worldly players, because it's Crystal Palace, but like decent players, they will finish comfortably 16th place. And I don't think that's a terrible result for them for this season, because 16th, it's better than getting relegated, isn't it? I don't think Roy Hodgson's going to see out the season, though. I think he will probably get sacked before Christmas. Is Roy Hodgson in charge of Palace? Or have I confused him with someone else? No, he's Palace manager, isn't he? Yeah. He's Palace manager. Yeah, so I can't see him getting beyond Christmas. We should wait and see. Maybe they'll bring back Ian Dowie. If they bring him back, then they're definitely getting relegated. Putting that out there right now. The disclaimer. If Palace sack Roy Hodgson and bring back Ian Dowie, definitely going down. Definitely. 100%. Definitely. So, 15th place. They had a decent season last year, even though nobody expected it. Newcastle. Newcastle are going to finish 15th place this year, and I think Joe Linton might actually score some goals this year. I'm going to say it. Joe Linton gets double figures this year. I have a suspicion that after a full season, if he's given the chance, I think Joe Linton will get himself at least 10 goals. But I'm not sure he'll get the chance. I'm pretty sure Newcastle are going to try and sign a new striker. Where they're going to find the money, I don't know. But Glenn Murray is already after going out on loan to Watford. So that's one player they can't bring in. Who, you know, I feel like he would have slotted straight in at Newcastle. They would have played him straight away. But I think Joe Linton, if given the chance, will push Newcastle up the table. Like, he'll keep them out of the relegation zone. So that's what I'm saying. Newcastle, 15th place. So speaking of Glenn Murray, I have Brighton as 14th. I think they're going to have a decent season. I don't see any reason why they wouldn't be kind of like lower half mid-table-ish. They'll be in the mix. Neil Maupay will have one full season of Premier League football under his belt. Pretty sure he's going to continue as just being a very, very bang average, decent striker. And he's going to do things for Brighton. I don't see why I can't think of any logical reason why Neil Maupay doesn't continue what he's doing. And I think an extra season, everyone's going to have learned from last year. Everyone's going to gel a little bit better. It's going to be fantastic. I think Brighton are going to have a decent season and finish 14th. So finishing unlucky 13th, I think Sheffield United. They are going to survive the whole second season syndrome. I don't think they're going to get it with their underlapping centre backs, which is, how are we going to do that in FM21? I don't know, but I am very curious to find out, because I think it is going to be very interesting to see how SI sprinkle that into the game, because it's interesting to watch. I think Sheffield United have a decent team. I don't see, but they did really well last year for a team of a bandit of misfits, and I think they're going to just continue because they have a second season where like the majority of the team is still together. Let's see. I don't think second season syndrome is going to cause Sheffield United as much of an issue as a lot of people make out that second season syndrome causes. But yeah, that's my thinking. 13th place, a team that are on a high after having a good season last year. Could have been better, but you know, still they did really, really well. Underlapping centre backs is just genius. So finishing in 12th, I have picked Leeds. I think Rodrigo, having watched him against Germany, I feel like maybe this is a bad idea, because he looked not great in the game. But then again, I don't know. So I'm going with my gut, and I think 12th is where Leeds are going to finish. I could see them going higher, but at the same time, I can't put them any higher than 12th without moving half the league around. So we're just going to leave them at 12th. 12th is where they're going to finish, and it's going to be a decent season. Patrick Bamford might even actually, play some football in the Premier League, which he's never really done. He's not really had a chance, to be fair. And anytime he has, it's not been great. So we'll see how he gets on. I think Patrick Bamford is good, and Marcelo Bielsa is an amazing manager. So I think, given just the fact that Bielsa is managing them, that'll help with the whole, pushing them up the league a bit. So that's probably given them at least, 3 positions, I would say. So 11th in the league. Originally, I had a different team here, and then I looked at it and went, that's never going to happen. So we are putting Burnley in at 11th. I think Burnley are, when you look at Burnley's team, you're like, it's the epitome of like almost completely bang average. I think there's just 10 teams that are slightly better than them. So this is where we're just putting Brighton roughly mid-table. I don't know what else to say really. Burnley mid-table, kind of what you'd expect really. The lower half of mid-table, they'd be the winners of the teams that aren't in the top 10. And it's just kind of where you expect Burnley to be. Bang average mid-table team. Might have a push for Europa League. I think this season's going to be quite close. Is essentially what I'm saying. There's about 14 teams I could see swapping positions on this list. But this is what I'm saying. I've done much research into this. Burnley, 11th. Right, so now we're into the top 10. Who is going to finish bottom of the top 10 list in the league? The like upper mid-table team. The bottom half of the upper half. You know what I mean. 10th place, Everton. They have so much ability in the team. They have an amazing manager, but they never really perform. So I'm going to put them 10th. And only because I think that they're going to do the same thing that they keep doing, where they're fine. They're good. They're average. They're not amazing. But 10th place, it's not a bad place to finish, you know? Just bang average. You know, people kind of forget that there's no amazing games. Just a more expensive Burnley, basically. So, Everton, 10th place. 10th. So, 9th place is going to be Southampton. I'm not just saying this because I'm a Southampton fan. I like Southampton. I'm not a fan. I enjoy Southampton. I just think that after being smashed last year by Leicester, then coming back and managing to still do really rather well, they're going to continue doing really rather well. Danny Ings is going to, if he stays fit, Danny Ings is going to be the Premier League top scorer next season. Because the only way Southampton finish in 9th is if Danny Ings scores pretty much every game. And I think he's going to. As long as he stays fit, I think he's going to get, I don't want to say he's going to get 30 goals in the league, but there is a chance he could get 30 goals in the league. And if he does, they're definitely going to finish 9th, if not higher. So 8th place is going to be Arsenal. One of the top 4 teams is going to finish in 8th. I think Arsenal are going to have a terrible season. I think Aubameyang probably leaves in January. If it looks like they're sinking. I think Mesut Ozil is just going to be useless as always. I don't really see them doing anything. I think 8th is probably the best they could hope for. And I think that's where they're going to finish. So I'd be very, very surprised if they finish any higher than 8th. Because it's Arsenal. And their signings are underwhelming. So I'm not sure. Arsenal, I think you're in for a rough season, lads. So for 7th place, I think it's going to be Wolves again. This is what, their 3rd season finishing 8th, or sorry, 7th. They're going to finish 7th. And I think it's going to be just a long season again, but it's going to be an exciting season because Wolves really do play beautiful football. I just think that it's going to be a case that they just finish 7th again. They're just going to be cursed with 7th for another season. They're never really going to push top 4, but they could definitely push for 5th. I do think they're going to finish 7th. I think it's just going to be a case that Wolves have to suffer the fact that they're just the 7th best team in England all the time. And yeah, it's, the Portuguese/Mexican attack on the Premier League is just going to continue, and they're going to finish a respectable 7th. probably make it to the final of the Carabao Cup or the FA Cup, one or the other. You know, they'll do well in the cups. I'm not so sure they're going to push on in the league. It's going to be 7th. So 6th place, I'm putting Man United, and I think with Ole at the wheel, it's pretty much all they're going to get. What happened to United of old? I think Bruno Fernandes is definitely going to be the one that makes a big difference. I don't know if he's going to be able to push them up any higher than 6th. And I think United fans are going to be disappointed. I don't know how much longer Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has before the fans come along and say, you know, you're not really doing the business. Stop the bus. We're getting off. Everyone's getting off. Everyone off the bus. So yeah, 6th place, Man United. Maybe not as crazy as it could have been, because originally I did have them down as being, I think it was 11th. No, I had them down as 12th. And then I went, oh no, I can't do that. It's United. They'll still pick up points regardless. They're just not going to pick up enough points. I don't think this season they're going to win the league. So United, 6th. You know, it's your new home. Enjoy it. It's nice here. Sort of. Not really. Enjoy Wednesday nights. Thursday nights. Enjoy Thursday nights. So, finishing 5th, I have Spurs. I did originally have Spurs finishing a little bit higher, but I think 5th is where we're going to finish, because originally my brain was like Pochettino was going to absolutely smash it. It's going to be like the 3rd best, and then I went, when Pochettino got sacked, it's Jose Mourinho. Instantly dropped them down to 5th. They're going to have enough about them to beat United, Wolves and Arsenal. I don't think they're going to be able to push into the top 4 with Mourinho playing the way he plays, because he is just such a dull, boring manager now. It saddens me, because I would love to see Spurs. Dude, if Spurs won the league, I would be so happy, because everyone takes the piss out of them, but they're a good team. So now they've sorted out their right back issue, and for some reason they've signed Joe Hart, which I still don't understand. Serge Aurier isn't going to be the only right back at Spurs anymore, and now he has Matt Doherty to worry about. I think Doherty comes in as their number 1 straight away, well, as technically their number 2, and he's going to slot straight in, be an absolute demon on the right wing. And that's partially why Spurs finishing 5th. But like I said, if Mourinho wasn't there, I'd have him 3rd. But Mourinho is there. Mourinho is a manager. 5th it is. Spurs, going to miss out on Champions League again. Unless Chelsea or Liverpool, Man City. If Man City have a ban put on them again, Champions League football, it's right there. It's just within touching distance. But yeah, 5th is my prediction. So coming in 4th place, I have Leicester City. I think, you know, in my opinion, Leicester City is one of the big 4 now. Or, I suppose, yeah, they're one of the big 4 now. I think Leicester, if they can keep going, I don't see why they wouldn't finish 3rd. I think the top 2 are pretty nailed on. It's just a case of deciding which way you have them. But I'm going to go out there and say Leicester get 4th. Leicester, I think you deserve it. They struggled last year, or in last season, after the lockdown was lifted, and they were kind of cast back into the football. Didn't really work out for them. This year, that's not going to happen again. We're not going to have another pandemic, and hopefully Leicester finish 4th. So 3rd place is going to be Chelsea. I'm almost guaranteeing it now. Chelsea get 3rd place. Timo Werner, Hakim Ziyech, Ben Chilwell, Kai Havertz, all these players coming in this year. It's going to make a huge difference. They've actually got a left back now, which I think is going to be quite fruity. They might actually have some depth at left back. They might actually have someone who can play at left back, which, no, who would have thought? Who would have thought that having a left back was the solution to having a left-sided fullback? Somebody needs to get on the phone to Pep and tell him about this crazy new fact that we've learned today, because I think that's just going to helped them move forward. They've had a season where they had to play youth, and it worked fairly well. Frank Lampard seems to be doing a decent job with them. I think he's going to add to that, and they're going to get a cheeky little third place. They're going to be miles away from the top two, but they're still going to be in third. Still a Champions League place. Still get to play Tuesday or Wednesday night football, which, you know, lots of money there. But then again, they could end up getting another embargo and end up getting kicked out of the Champions League, and then Spurs get the Champions League, and that would be delightful, because I'm not a big fan of Chelsea. Prefer Spurs, but Spurs don't have as good a team. So Chelsea, third place. So second in the league, like I said, it's a toss-up. I think it's going to be Liverpool. I don't think they're going to keep their title this year. Man City have just had a little bit, so obviously Man City getting first. It's really close between the two of them. I think it's going to be a close run this season. They're just, the two teams are very close to each other. I think City are just going to be a smidge better. I could be completely wrong. Man City could completely collapse this year, which I think most people would like to see, because City were so dominant for so long. They've the best players in the world. They've the most money in England. It was nice to see Liverpool win the league. I don't think they're going to do it again, but I could be wrong. But at the same time, Liverpool and City, I think it's going to be quite a close call. It'll be similar to 2 years ago when City won it by... both teams will probably get over 100 points again. I think it's just going to be one of those seasons where Liverpool and Man City are going to be so dominant. They're going to be 30 odd points ahead of everyone else, and it's just that the rest of the league is going to look like they have no idea what they're doing, because two teams have decided to absolutely dominate the league. So I'm putting Liverpool second, Man City top. Kind of hurts me a little bit because I do want to say Liverpool top, but I'm not sure they're going to be able to. So Liverpool fans, let me know what you think. Man City fans, congratulations, you've won the league. You must be... I just realised my green screen is acting up over here. I've recorded the whole video now. I'm not doing it again. So, yeah. Liverpool second, Man City top. I still think Liverpool are going to do better than City in the Champions League, because that's kind of what they do. And why not? Liverpool, Champions League winners. Yeah, I'm going with that. Liverpool are going to win the Champions League. Man City are going to win the league, because FM is biased towards English teams. So I'm going to say that real world, there's going to be bias towards English teams. And that is the 20 teams in the Premier League in the correct order. Leave a comment down below. Where do you think everyone's going to finish? Obviously, you're just going to have to copy paste what I said, because that is exactly what's going to happen this season. As I said, there's only really 3 teams, or 4 teams I look at there, and I go, they could finish in like basically swapping positions. But this is how it's going to end. We're going to look at this at the end of the 2020/21 season, and you're going to look at me and say, wow, this guy knows exactly what he's talking about. We need to pay more attention to what he says, because everything I say is pure gold. Why am I talking like Donald Trump? The power is getting to my head, lads. The power is getting to my head. So, if you have enjoyed, please do leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Like I said, comment down below where you think everyone's going to finish. Do you think I've gotten it completely wrong with any team in particular? And if I have, let me know why you think I've gotten it wrong, where they'd finish, and just be nice. Comment down below, or be mean, whatever. I read all the comments that come through. Don't get many of them. Would love to get a lot of comments on this one. Thank you very much for watching, fellas, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!